10 times more civilians may have been killed by the US-led coalition in the liberation of Mosul than previously reported. That's according to new research conducted by the Associated Press. The news agency obtained data from Iraqi morgues as well as from non-governmental organisations. It added up to 11,000 civilians who may have been killed in the 9-month operation, with nearly a third of them dying from coalition air raids. The coalition itself has acknowledged just 4% of AP's number. We spoke to Mohamed Serkal. He's the UN coordinator with the Salam for Democracy and Human Rights group, and he warns high civilian casualties are inevitable as the coalition made indiscriminate use of weapons in densely populated civilian areas.
The last report by the UN in May has addressed 6,000 that were killed by the terrorist group, by ISIS. That's let alone by the numbers by the coalition groups, especially against civilians, because, as you understand, most of the terrorist groups were hiding within the civilians' houses or taking civilians as a shield. No doubt the weapons that are being used by the coalition, especially by the US Army, does not discriminate between civilian or terrorist, or by civilian or the ISIS, because they used a number of weapons that does not allocate as such the terrorist. As you understand, this is a terrorist group, it's not an army where they clearly indicate the targets. The weapon they used by the US usually is used on wide areas, and also if you look at the Mosul as a city, is very populated area. It is not an open space where you can target easy the terrorist groups. So they were targeting houses, they were targeting small roads, they were targeting small neighborhoods. This again, the question is raised again: why there's not such a thing as an independent and investigation by the UN to look into how the operation is being handled?